heart attack. Fast, fatal, hard impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things were happening. We had Deku. Deku, he was trying to investigate Scott Summers' murder against Black Bolts. And a few things, they didn't add up. Now, Deku, he brought more people into his investigation. And right now, after him and Rogue went to the Blackbird and listened to the Black Box recording, they found a few things. Rogue remembers a little bit of the events differently, but retelling the events, that seems odd. And Deku, he's starting to understand something. Somebody is in control here. And these events, as they actually happened, they are starting to surface. Rogue is remembering something. And that's where Deku is concerned. Because he believes that Emma Frost is involved here. Now, the two were almost caught by her. And they had to come up with an idea as to why these two were hiding in a Blackbird and they were alone. Especially this one in particular. Now, Rogue and Deku, they were found by Emma. And Emma, she was very annoyed. These two are running around like teenagers. And they tried to, well, in a best way of saying it, get together on a Blackbird, where no one else was around. Emma yelled at them and told them about exactly what the fuck they're doing. And right now, after the two went to go fix their clothing, they ran off together. And Emma, she's very annoyed. Right now, she does think the situation was exactly what it did appear to be. And Deku and Rogue, they were able to get away from that. Now, it's been about 2 days since then. And right now, Deku, he's currently in a lab, still trying to think about a lot he has witnessed. So far, everything doesn't seem to be adding up. And his investigation still has not led him anywhere. And right now, Deku is going to turn to Forge as he's writing on a board. So how have things been coming along with the Terragenesis? The clouds? Yeah. We're trying to do our best. But that's the thing. Many of these clouds, they're just popping up. I mean, the way they're reacting to the atmosphere, the way they're producing and basically spreading, it's strange. The Inhumans are trying to help us. But right now, this stuff is getting too far out of control. In a few more days, it'll completely cover the Earth. You say that, but don't they have ways to control them? You see, they've told us that, but we don't know. Apparently they are self-controlled, or there's something to control them. The whole thing is, some of them are going out of control. I mean, we gotta stop what we can. If we can do that, then everything will be okay. We can buy ourselves time, months maybe. But eventually, I see an issue. Every cloud going out of control? Exactly. It's nice to talk to somebody who does understand this. You're a like-minded individual like I am, correct? I like to consider myself that way, yes. Exactly why is that? Well, I was curious. Out of my technology against Mr. Stark's and even some Wakanda technology, how do I scale? Well, that's hard to say. I've seen your battle suit. It's very impressive, but not Stark level, and the Wakanda battle suit is more nanotechnology and energy redistribution by vibranium technology. Your tech is good, but the material is bad. Thank you? Oh, I see what you mean. Exactly. You're basically using a box of scrap to build machines. Stark has millions and billions in Wakanda. They got vibranium. That shit is not cheap. I understand that. I tried getting my hands on some before, and do you even know how much it costs for like an inch of that stuff? It's pretty expensive, yeah. Yeah, apparently they don't sell it by the square inch. It's annoying. It's vibranium. So, you've actually been to Wakanda. Yeah. And how's their tech there? How's their cities? It was nice, I guess. Advanced. They still have supervillains. Really? Yeah, crazy chick who tried to control my mind. And also some guy who apparently he stole a Black Panther suit. Are you serious? So theoretically, if we can catch him, we can recover Wakanda technology. Theoretically, yes. However, now he's in prison. Right. That's a bummer. Eh, I mean, I'm pretty good friends with Shuri. Who's that? It's T'Challa's sister. The Black Panther. Oh, wait, so are you saying that you might be able to get me vibranium? I'm saying I have connections to Wakanda. I never said anything about getting you vibranium. I mean, it's complicated, but I mean, maybe I'm not going to say yes, though. I'm not going to try and give you an empty promise or even get your hopes up. Okay, I appreciate that, but just trying to at least tell me I can get some would have been a nicer option. I would have at least liked to know it was a possibility. Yeah, I know. But I mean, hmm, wait a minute. What? Right here. They could bring his hand up, onto the board, tapping. This doesn't look right. What do you mean? Your calculations, your formula. Right here. Look at this. Now, Fuji's gonna walk over, and he does go look up towards the board. What the hell? Right? Someone. Did somebody touch this board? No, it's only me here. I lock down the lab whenever I work. And most of the time, people, when they do come in here, I'm usually here. The only time I can think about it is whenever I'm not either here or I'm asleep. But why would they try to mess with my formula? I don't know. Listen, your latest device, how much time will it buy us? Um, depends. If my calculations are correct, it should buy us a month. Okay, well, let me. Now, Deku just gonna wipe away a few things. As Forge just tell him to be careful because of this stuff right here and this stuff right here. And Deku just starts to somewhat rewrite a few things. As Forge, he actually is gonna somewhat get the correct numbers. And right now, Deku and Forge, they do see the correct math. And everything, it does start to make a bit more sense. For some reason, their timetable, they thought it was days. They thought it was lower. I mean, Forge has the makeup of the cloud over here. He has the density of it. He has how it affects the atmosphere over here and everything else over here. But right here, the time table they were working on, it's not a few days. It's months. They have months to solve the Terrigen problem. Not days, not weeks. They're they're ahead on their timetables. Now, Forge he does stare back at this. And right now he does gotta bring his hand up to his head. What the hell? Do you ever get deja vu? Sometimes. Are you getting that right now? Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to go sit down for a minute, man. Probably should. Um, I've been working myself to the bone thinking that we were fucked. God. But why would someone sabotage my timetable? Make me work like this? I mean, do they Do they want me to slip up or something? Is this a test? I don't know, Forge. Listen, whatever you do, fix that. Fix it? But we just did. No, Forge. Is there cameras in here? Um, no, there's not. There's a microphone, but it can only receive, not transmit. Good. Listen, whatever is going on here, clearly somebody is in control. We don't know what the hell is going on. I'm going to erase this and put it back the way we found it. Whatever you do, don't talk about what you found. Don't talk about it? Dude, everybody is losing their minds about this. Why? Because I'm going to take my findings to somebody, and whenever I do, I want to know exactly what they know. Now, Forge is confused. And Deku, he does try to tell Forge. If he does tell him more, then Forge might be in danger. Oh, fuck. Is it really one of those situations? Trust me, Forge. Right now you're better off not knowing. Besides, what does Emma have you building? Have me building? Other than ways to solve the Terrigen? Nothing. Really? Yeah. Why? She doesn't have you building something to defeat them? No. No, she doesn't. But she wants us to prepare just in case. I know she's talked about that. Okay, this isn't right. Now, Diggory's gonna walk out. And right now, Forge, he's confused. They're all working fast. They're in limbo for no reason. They're hiding here for no reason. Are you kidding me? Now, that does annoy Forge. And right now, Deku, he actually does go to speak directly to Storm and a few other people. As right now, Storm and Emma, they were talking with Logan, Wolverine, and even Beast. And they were all trying to get ready for what to do. And for what they need to tell the Inhumans. And Deku, he immediately does go to open the door and step into the room. I have a few questions. You weren't supposed to be here. No. Let's hear what he has to say. What is it? We're going to meet with the Inhumans today and discuss much. Somebody miscalculated Forge's research. What? What are you talking about? Forge, he doesn't have days to solve the Terrigen problem. He has months. Almost a year. Somebody tampered with his research. Are you serious? That's preposterous. That doesn't make sense. Now, Deku does look towards Beast. Beast, have you ever gone into Forge's lab? No, I have my own. I've been running the numbers, using the same calculations as he has. Why? Because I don't think we're being told the full truth here. That doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Listen, something is happening. Something that I can't explain right now. But Emma, exactly what happened? Have you met with the Inhumans yet? We are going to be leaving in a minute. Right now we're going over everything and getting things prepared. We're almost ready. For war? We weren't going to talk about war, Izuku. We want to try and solve Terrigenesis before it comes to war. Right now, it isn't a good option for us. Really? Why are you so worried about me poking around then? What are you talking about? What have you been doing? Now, Deku looked directly at Wolverine. Storm, you spoke to me the other day. You mind explaining what Emma told you? What me and Rogue were up to? Izuku, I already explained this to you. Your little wardrobe malfunction and personal affairs are your own. Really? Was that the entire story she told you? Why was she down there in the first place? Why was she in the hangar? And tell me again, exactly how could you see from the Blackbird who's in the pilot seat, especially from what, 200 feet away? You can't. It's too high up. Now, a few people do go to look back towards Emma. And right now, Deku, he is somewhat making a good point. The only way to know someone was inside the Blackbird is if you saw them walk in. Now, Deku, he does express. He's trying to figure out everything. He's trying to piece together things about Scott's murder. Now, Deku, he was making good points. But right now, a few things come into play here. Deku is not very mentally stable in the first place. And right now, after the death of Scott Summers, a man who died in front of him, he wants to try and find out why exactly he was murdered. Yes, he does have a rational reason, and he did make a very valid point. But right now, Deku just brought in emotions into this. And the last person they want to hear talk about emotions is a man who can barely control his own emotions. Now, Wolverine, he will go to stand up, and try and at least talk Deku down, expressing how he's not acting rational. I'm not acting rational? Are you serious, Logan? Why hasn't she dropped her diamond form? Someone explain that to me. There are telepaths in this house. She's one of them. So why hasn't she dropped her diamond form? I haven't dropped it because I don't feel a need to. Really? Yes. Besides, I am more comfortable this way. Sure you are. I am showing off I am a mutant. You have a problem with that. I will use my powers as I see fit, like how you use your powers as you see fit. There's a difference with that. Really? Explain. No. Beast is somewhat going to try and step in, expecting all of them to calm down. Izuku was simply just trying to talk. He was pointing things out. Now, Deku, he does tell Beast, check Forge's work. All of them, check Forge's work. The Terrigenesis problem won't come to a calamity in months, and they need to know that. They have months, almost a year. Their timetables are not what they believe they are. Now, Deku is going to turn and walk away. And right now, you do actually have where Emma, she does do something smart here, telling Deku to stop. What? Are you mad that I stopped your little game, Emma? Exactly explain to me what's going on. Tell me, please. We need your help. You need my help? You pulled me out of the Savage Lands to be your big gun. You don't need me, you need the Hulk. Actually, we wanted you to come with us. Are you serious? Yes. Isn't that right, Logan? They need his help. I'm well aware of that, Logan. But no one is listening to what I'm saying. Not even a word. I'm saying somebody is sabotaging Forge's work. If that's the case, how do we know he's good to work with Terrigenesis? What? Siphoners? What are we even calling them? Listen, the problem isn't what's going on. Our timetables are wrong. Everything is off. Listen, I've done the calculations and Forge was there when I reran them. Ask him. Beast, go check Forge's work and come back here right now. Now, Beast is going to look around. And right now Magneto, he does tell Beast, if he is correct on this, then maybe war isn't what they need to do. Now, they're going to look directly at Magneto. At Magneto, he does express, Genosha is not safe right now. They have force shields up. They have shields trying to protect the entire city. And right now that is draining massive amounts of power. If they are able to keep that area safe, and Forge can work on a solution to that problem, then maybe things can get easier. Maybe Inhumans and mutants might be able to coexist. And Deku, he does look directly at Magneto, before looking back over towards Storm and asking again, exactly what does she think is going on here? Hmm? What are you talking about? I'm talking about everything. Somebody's manipulating Forge. Somebody is trying to just stop it. You think I'm acting irrational right now because of my emotions. I have them under control. I just can't deal with rage. I'm not angry right now. Right now, I've looked at the pattern. Nothing makes sense. I've been telling you that. Can you just listen to me for 1 minute? I'm one of the smartest men here, and nobody sees that. You're seeing the anger, the rage, the Hulk. You're seeing that because that's all you've ever seen, Storm. Now, Beast, he does come back after a few minutes. And right now, everybody, they were trying to make sure Deku stays calm. And Beast, he does confirm Deku's suspicion. He looked at everything. He checked everything. And Deku is correct. Their timetable, it's larger than they ever imagined. And Deku does look at Emma. Right now, everybody is staring towards Deku. Kinda confused. And Deku does look directly back towards Emma. Her face somewhat going to drop from a smile to a bit more of a scowl. Okay, fine. If that's the case, then I know what we should do. We shouldn't start a war. We know that we've been trying to help and solve everything. Tensions are high. We'll take this information to the Inhumans. Then after that, we might need to look into everything. Check to see who may have messed with Forge. Check to see anything at all. Now, Deku just stared at Emma and express. He is walking out of this room and telling everybody this information. He is relieving the stress, and he's going to tell Magic to take them out of limbo. We can't do that. Exactly why is that? Because it's safer here. Safer? People who are not even our enemies think we're hiding here, starting a war. That is not safe. Yes, we should be prepared. Yes, we should have things ready in case it happens. But it hasn't happened, has it? Izuku, these precautionary measures, we can take them. But what, Emma? Tell me. Please, go ahead. Tell the man who has to deal with the Incredible Hulk exactly what type of measures you're trying to take. Trust me, your countermeasures, they might not be good. They might not work. They might start the very war you want to stop or prevent. Now, Emma looks directly at Deku. And Deku, he does walk off. Him informing everybody that they have a lot more time. Now, Deku, he was correct on this. But right now, that's the way he's going about things. He's walking around telling people that they have more time to handle Terrigenesis. But, I mean, yeah. Emma kind of counted on this. Right now, Deku, whenever they brought up his emotions, he started acting a little bit more irrational. And she wanted that. Well, it was a small sacrifice to give up this time. In the long run, this could help actually do things. I mean, she wanted to speed things up a bit. But right now, maybe they need to wait. Besides, Forge still has much work to do. Now, their actions where Deku, he actually has leave with the team. And right now, they do go to the Quiet Room, aka Black Bolt's bar. Now, to anybody who does look into this event, basically Inhumans versus mutants, you'll see something here that I am not doing, which is taking Johnny Storm out of the equation and keeping Black Bolt as the king of the Inhumans. Now, I'm saying that because in this amount of time or in this comic event, Black Bolt and Medusa, they were no longer married, and Black Bolt stepped down as king. He was running the Quiet Room as a bar. Basically a neutral meeting ground for anybody. And whoever starts a fight here gets blown away by Black Bolt's voice. Now, I'm saying the bar does still exist sort of as an embassy here. However, it isn't one. If that does make sense. It's not legally one, but most people who are heroes or villains, they see it as one. since a powerful man does control it. Now, with that being said, small little rant aside, we do actually have at the bar, where Deku and everybody they do go to meet. And right now, the X-Men and the Inhumans, they are all sitting in a private room. And Deku, he does sit there. As somebody across from him, they actually are looking around. They got some pretty strong people here. You have Emma, you have Logan, you have Magneto, you have Storm, and then you also have Beast. But they're confused. Where is the Hulk? They expected him to be here. Now, Black Bolt is currently sitting down, and Deku, he is sitting there, and he actually started to express a few things. Okay, listen. Here is the information I do have. I have it on a tablet, so just swipe through it. Now, the person's going to bring it up. Hang on a minute. Yeah, you're seeing exactly what I'm talking about, right? This? Hold on. Okay, your calculations are... Okay, so you guys were wrong. What are you talking about? Okay, some of the numbers here, they're correct. Some of the ones I've run, they didn't make sense. And I was confused. They got an advanced form of Terrigenesis wrong. They believed that the clouds were going to spread faster, and stopping them would be harder. They believed that they would turn unstable, but that's just it. The clouds are stable, but they are still spreading rapidly. And mutants, they are still being affected. I was wondering where their math came into play, but all this is impressive, actually. Thank you. I see. Well then, there is plenty of time. From what I can see, there's a few months. Exactly. Now, we will solve this Terrigen problem. However, destroying the mist, that will be our last resort. I see. Well then, I have a proposal. Everybody looking down towards Deku. I'm going to stand. I propose something at the very least. In order to protect Genosha, we want to try and build something. If we can't build something to protect the city against the Terrigen Mist, we need to build something to destroy the Terrigen Mist from hitting the city. Will you allow us that? What you are asking for is very much not what we want. What I'm asking for sounds simple enough. We want to be able to protect the largest center of mutants. People who wouldn't even go or form from Terrigenesis. People who would just die. What we want to do is stop people from dying in the city. I'm asking for permission for us to build something to save the city and save people there. If a stray cloud does hit the city, that's what I'm asking for. I'm not asking to completely destroy a large body of it or mass of it. Just try to hit land. Interesting. Yeah. I understand. Your people have had difficulties and have had trouble. Mutants are the exact same way. We are not too different. Listen, our people can coexist, but doing so, trying to do so in a way, it's going to be difficult. You have thousands and hundreds of thousands of more Inhumans, but mutants will pop up every day. It doesn't matter. We're linked to humans, all of us. And it doesn't matter who it is, human, inhuman, mutant, all of us will somehow get hurt by this. It doesn't matter. I see. Your complaints are voiced. However, my question is exactly who are you? Izuku Midoriya. That name doesn't ring a bell. Black Bolt, the last time I saw him, blew me away. Now, Black Bolt just stared to at Deku. He does try to somewhat read into Deku's mind, and Deku does stare at Black Bolt's. His eyes turning green as Deku does get slightly angry. And Black Bolt is someone going to turn towards Medusa, and informing her That man is the Hulk. Now, Medusa does look back at Deku. Interesting. I see. What you do ask is simple enough. We will give you permission to destroy any stray clouds heading for Genosha. However, attempting to take action against any other cloud in any other place, that is where we will draw the line. Violate that act, and we will reciprocate with force. Now, Deku is someone going to turn to Emma. As he is someone just going to close his mouth. He wanted to say, I understand, but he isn't the leader here. And right now, Emma does go look back towards Deku. As she's going to open her mouth. We understand. However, what should we do in case mutants cannot evacuate? I'm sorry to say, but they will impede our progress. Any mutants who are affected, they are not our concern. Only our species is. Magneto would go to speak, expressing to them, mutants are not their concern. Mutants are the concern of other mutants. He will lead a cause and teams to try and save affected areas. If the Inhumans, they really did want to try to help, they could, they would, but they do not. Right now, their concerns are only for their own. And it does seem like they have chosen a side. They want to get involved and be a part of the world. And they want their own species to have abilities and to exist. Mutants have been doing that for years. They have been trying. They have been saving people, and they have always been stepped on for doing that. And right now, what they want to do, it will show exactly what type of people the Inhumans are. Now, Medusa does stare at Magneto, as Magneto does continue, expressing, they want to be a part of this world, but they will just stand by and watch it burn. That is not being a part of the world. That is watching it from their own ivory castle on a high horse. And he will not stand for their bullshit. Now, Deku does look at Magneto. He does agree with him. The Inhumans, they wish to be a part of the world, but they won't even try to save people, use their powers, use them the way they deem fit. I mean, they want to be involved, but they don't want to be involved here. They don't want to put towards effort to save a mutant's life. And Deku, he is annoyed by that. It's just the exact same thing again. The way those humans were when they wanted to get inhuman powers. But some of them could have been mutants. And they don't know it. Hell. They're back to square one all over again. They just can't come to a fucking agreement. Now, Deku, he does get a stand. And walk out of the room. And right now a few people, they are concerned about what he's doing. And Deku, he does head back to the Blackbird. As right now, after leaving, the Inhumans and mutants have come to an agreement. Magneto will try to get people involved to save mutants' lives. And the Inhumans, yeah. They will be trying to monitor and cure people who may become affected by Terrigenesis. And, well, yeah. Well, it isn't really their problem or issue. It's the way things are being viewed. They're still treating the world like they shouldn't be involved. Yet, they are trying to be. I mean, you can't really have both. Now, Deku, he does get back to the mansion. And right now, he actually is a bit more in a better mood. But at the same time, he still is trying to understand everything. He understands what's going on with Scott. He understands much about this. But the issue is not Medusa. It's got to be Emma. Emma is a part of this problem somehow. She's clearly doing something. She's clearly playing into something bigger. And right now, there's the way she was acting there. She was acting like this was a good political discussion. But there was Medusa. Why in God's name would she try and just say that? Mutants aren't their concern. That's gotta be a lie, right? I mean, just something that. Wait a minute. Now, Deku, he's trying to understand this. Those two ideas do clash. They want to be a part of the world, but mutants are not their concern. They will not save affected mutants. Okay, their people have been secluded, but they're trying to become a part of the world, just like how mutants are. But they aren't going to try and help. I mean, this is their fault, their problem. And Deku, he does see a flaw there. Something that doesn't add together. These two pieces, they conflict. And Deku, he does focus on that. Something is wrong with Medusa. Or could it be Black Bolt who has an issue? That is a good idea to look into. Now, Deku, he does actually somewhat sit there in his room. And right now, we do actually have for Deku, he's typing a few things into his computer before he does hear a knock on his door. Him going to someone stand and walk over. Him going to open it up, as there does stand Emma Frost. Her going to ask if they can talk. In a minute. I'm busy with something. I'm doing a bit more research into Terrigenesis and looking into their files more. I got a few things. Why? Can I come in? Sure, I guess. Deku turning. Her walking into the room and going to someone to sit down. Her going to do so as Deku does go to walk back over to his desk and sit down at the chair. Him going to turn back and grab his glass. Him taking a drink from it before going to sit it back down and going back to his computer. Pressing the screen as it is going to open back up. Is that the laptop Stark gave you? It is? Yeah. So what are you doing here? Why do you want to talk to me? Privately, may I add. What you said earlier. Do you really believe that there's something going on here? It's hard not to look at it that way, yes. What do you want to know? Because I believe that you are involved here, Emma. You do. Deku gonna turn back towards her. Yes, I do. I might have difficulty proving it, but I know, somehow, somewhere or another. I think that you're doing something. Scott isn't actually dead, is he? He is dead. You're lying to me again. No, I'm not. Scott Summers is actually dead. I know he's dead. Is he actually? Yes. Whenever he first encountered Terrigenesis, the first time, it's not in the black box, but he died. We got him back onto the plane and brought him back. We were also concerned about his health, but that was when he died. He didn't make it to Black Bolt. God. I was wondering how he was treated. Maybe look into that a bit. See how we could save people with that. Xbox. Some people, they're able to fight it off. They're stronger. Some can't. We don't know if there's a cure yet. Right now, the Inhumans are trying to make one to help us. And right now, we're still fighting over whether or not we can even handle this. So, I'm confused. Why? Why what? Why turn Scott into a martyr, Emma? Exactly why? Because maybe if we eradicate the Inhumans, people, humanity, they would give us a chance. They see one freak, and they hate him. They see a bunch and they're scared. They're afraid, they're terrified. What happens whenever there's others? Obviously, they're gonna hate more. It's endless. People will always be afraid. And with the fact that people were trying to celebrate Inhumans, them, and demonize us, I made my choice. There are people out there who do understand, who do wish for peace, who do love us. But it's difficult. I thought by crippling their forces, crippling them, we'd have a chance. Because exactly what happens whenever you see a wounded animal? You don't see it as a threat. You want to kill millions just so we aren't seen as a threat? Emma, fuck. That's not it. What? That's not it. Are you serious? We're gonna stand up and turn. Of course. It's more to that. Scott Summers deserved a better death, a better life. Everything that's happened to him, it is ultimately bad. Can't you say that you want a better life? Can't you say that you don't want things to be better for you, Izuku? I can. Her stepping forwards, and towards Deku. But who's to say that we can't get exactly Charles's dream? Deku looking up at her. Who's to say we can't achieve it one day? We did achieve it. Charles is the one who wanted it to stop. He wasn't involved. And now he's not involved now. He's lying dead in the grave outside, Izuku. And his dream world is still just that, part of the imagination. I know where I stand on this. I know what I plan to do to help make this a reality. I might be twisted, but you have to remember, I'm the monster this world made me. Can't you say the same thing about you, Hulk? I'm the monster my father made me, not the world. You're forgetting that. Plenty of good people still live in it. Plenty of bad people still live in it too. That's their problem. We're not afraid of them. They're afraid of us. They may outnumber us 1,000,000,000 to 1, or maybe even 7 to 1. But still, we have powers and they don't. Can't you see things from their side? See things from what side? The side of a frightened child? I've been there. I've seen things from your eyes, Izuku. No, you haven't. You can't get to my head. Now, Shizuka won't lean down, telling Deku again, bring her hands out onto the chair, that she can get in his head anytime she wanted. She simply hasn't. She is trying to discuss things with him, and right now he is not cooperating. Emma, I know your tactics. I've dealt with telepaths before. Try and get in my head. Trust me. I am repeating digits of pi. You can't get in here. Besides, you don't want to face what's in here. Only I can. You say that, but clearly you don't understand anything about me. I am resourceful and I am resilient. I'm a better telepath than your girlfriend. I doubt that. Jean's the best. In what? Exactly are we talking about? Because I do feel like it's a good thing to bring up. She has been lying to you. No, she hasn't. All of them have been lying to you. Except for Rogue. Rogue is honest with you, but even she doesn't know. Know what? I see they haven't told you. You are still being lied to, Izuku. They aren't honest. They're afraid of you. They are scared. They only stay around you because you're a frightening monster. And if the monster is let loose, it's only a matter of time before he does God knows what to God knows who. Isn't that right, Hulk? I know he can hear me in there. Can he see me? Because I'm sure that he'd love to meet me. I'm sure that he would agree with me. People are monsters. And the real monsters, they're people. The two might be one and the same, but even the real monsters, they've had enough. So I want to talk to the Hulk. See if he might have a better understanding of the situation. He's the one who has to deal with it, who has to be the monster. Emma, she actually gonna bring her hand up. And they're gonna grab one of Deku's, bringing him up to his feet, telling him that she wants to talk to Hulk, as she just stared directly into Deku's eyes, which they do glow green. There he is. It's nice to see you, big guy. Now, I assume he can hear me. I can hear you. Can he? He can, yeah. Well then, her going to Doki turn and push Deku back down into the chair, before going to Doki step forwards and sit down on Deku's lap, informing him, Hulk needs to know. The world isn't a kind place. Everything can change in an instant. And these people here, the X-Men, they are afraid of him. The X-Men, they do not care about Hulk. They have plans to kill the Hulk if need be. They have plans to subdue. They have plans to imprison. Everybody here is afraid of him. Humans and mutants alike. People lie to him constantly. People are never honest with him at all. People will do nothing but lie to him to keep him calm. And right now, what she wants to do is save their species, save their people. And right now, she just wants him to know. She would love to have him in her corner. Her and Deku bring her hands up on Deku's head and pull Deku into a kiss. And Deku he is alarmed, bringing his hands up directly onto Emma's arms and going to grab her hands to pull them away. However, Deku, yeah, he feels a mental bombardment. And right now, Deku, he doesn't drop his hands, as Emma, she does continue, pulling back with her hands onto Deku's head. She needs to make sure to change things correctly. She needs to make sure that Deku, he is on her side. She was able to get through his mental defenses. However, rendering him unconscious right now, that will be the simplest thing to do. Stop the Hulk from coming out. Stop Izuku from being in control. She was able to catch him off guard very quickly here. But, well, very soon, it will need to come to a head. She needs to make sure that this can all happen good. This can all happen correctly. If it can't happen correctly, many problems will be caused. However, she is curious. How will the Hulk kill Black Bolts? That is an issue she does see. Now, we do actually have Deku sometime later. Deku, he does go sit up in his bed. And right now, he's confused. What happened? I'm going to turn and looking towards his laptop. It's closed and his bottle. Fuck. He did drink a lot, didn't he? But what's going on? His head. It feels clearer. It feels less fuzzy. Did he come to a breakthrough last night? Okay, something happened last night, but he can't put his finger on it. What is he missing? Wait, he talked to Emma last night. Right. What she said. She convinced him. The Inhumans are dangerous. They are a threat. If they do need to go to war, they will go to war. Now, Deku, he does go somewhat smile. As right now, he does feel his resolve. He feels sure about it. He knows what he does need to do. And right now, he does go somewhat sit up and climb out of bed. Him walking downstairs and joining everybody for breakfast. As right now, I do believe that is a good way to leave things off. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.